And that's why I'm going back, is specifically because I used like this phone when my phone broke.
How did your phone break?
I don't want to get into it. It got water on it.
Oh, okay.
For like a couple hours.
For a couple hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, your fucking sick reflexes. I'm supposed to take your opinion for video games when it took you hours to get your phone out?
Maybe I wasn't conscious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to be mysterious for the listeners.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just how it is.
Me, I'm a Motorola man myself. They're pretty cheap, last a long time. You get some quick gestures.
How long are you on that phone now?
This one, it's been, I think, 2.5 years.
And is that your like, what Motorola is that for you?
I think this is the third Motorola I've had. Because one I was at a club and it got stolen out of my pocket.
Pickpocketed.
I got pickpocketed at a club, and apparently it was like a huge thing. So if you ever go to San Diego and you go to Onyx, which I'm not sure how much overlap our listeners will have with the club scene in San Diego.
We're trying to capture the club scene in San Diego.
Right.
Our gaming podcast.
But yeah, I got pickpocketed. It's like a huge thing there. I called security and like, yeah, we had like 5 other people call just last night that their phones were stolen. I know.
And then they don't even know who you are. He's like, what's that guy's pocket so full?
He grabbed my dick first, but
he's got like 20 phones in his pocket. It's like 3-inch balls. That's crazy though.
Yeah.
I can't imagine getting pickpocketed.
And then because I'm on my mom and stepdad's phone plan. And then my stepdad was like pissed. He was like, just make sure you keep your phone on you next time. Like, put it on a chain. And I was like, buddy, I didn't even do anything.
I'm a victim here.
Right. And I was like, you didn't have to pay for it or anything. He was just upset that I had to ask him for like his Verizon password. He was like, that's mine.
They're asking for a Verizon password.
Right.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
But do you think that the shake for the flashlight is what's going to keep you going for Motorola forever?
Bro, it's... Okay, so like... It saves me seconds, but I love to do it. It's like a good party trick. So then you fucking do it and people are like, what was that? And you're like, oh, my phone does it.
Seconds every time you do it, that's like centuries by the time you're
That's what I'm saying.
Like 100 years of like flicky, action.
It's like an embarrassing amount of reason that I want to stick with Motorola.
But actually legit, like, it's probably one of the single greatest designs I've ever seen on a phone.
Wow.
Because everyone needs to use the flashlight on a phone at some point in their life. And to have no other phone has a 1-button flashlight activation. Unless you go into the settings and use like the Bixby button.
The Bixby button?
You know about the Bixby button?
I don't know about the Bixby button.
I think on my previous phone, there was a separate like auxiliary button. Mm-hmm. And so, because Samsung's like assistant's called Bixby. Okay. And so it was literally just the Bixby button. And I hated that button, so I actually deactivated it. I turned every feature that was on off, because I'm like, I'm not using fucking Bixby, bro.
It goes bruh button, Bixby button.
The bruh button's good, dude. I think I still, every time I transfer my apps to my phones, I have the bruh button.
It's just a time capsule.
Oh, shit. Do I not? Oh, no. I think I uninstalled it, because I'm like edging the end of my memory on my phone.
Shit.
I have, like, no... I think I have less than a gigabyte.
Bro, that's not even enough for this recording.
That's why I'm using my other phone.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I didn't even see. You were dual action.
The charge port's fucked because of the unconscious water incident.
Right. A little foreshadowing for you guys.
A little foreshadowing for you guys. Because we love water levels, and water levels in video games are in some of our favorite video games ever. And that's what we're talking about today, is our favorite video games.
These ones aren't on the list, but you got the Water Temple, Ocarina of Time.
Never played that game.
You got... Aquatic Ambience from Donkey Kong Country.
Never played it, but I've listened to
the song is so good. I actually don't like water levels. Usually it's like the worst controls.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
And it's because it's like the designers are clearly not comfortable designing them.
Yep.
And they always revolve around you moving slower.
And I think anytime someone likes a water level, it's because it doesn't control like one. It's because like it's just like scenery. Like, I'm thinking like Astrobot. In Astrobot, you don't really swim that much. You kind of just, like, walk on the bottom of a seafloor. And it's like, oh, this is a cool, like, ambience. Yeah. Or in Claire Obscure Expedition 33, there's there's, like, beaches, but then also you're, like, underwater at one point, but you just, like, operate like you're on normal ground. But it just, like, looks really cool.
I just had a revelation that, like, the toxic swamps in the Souls games are just water levels.
Yeah.
They're the equivalent.
But worse.
But worse. What is it with those games and their damn water levels? I mean, they're toxic swamps. And Sekiro has water levels.
Yeah, that's right. And it sucks.
And those parts suck.
There's, like, the Headless, which is already a gay enemy. But then the underwater one is even worse.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, I think that game is on both our lists, right?
It's not on mine.
It's not on.
It's on honorable mention.
It's an honorable mention. Okay.
Yeah.
But let's just get into
All
it.
right. What are we even doing here today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We kind of discussed it in the water level debate, but yeah. So we figured for the first episode we would talk about
the first episode of what?
The first episode of Patch Notes.
The
gaming podcast. Nice, bro.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a new podcast we're doing. We're going to talk about games. And today we're talking about our favorite ones. We got like a list of like 10 of our favorites, and then some honorable mentions, and then some would be on here if we played them. We'll have a little discussion. But since it got brought up, we talk my number one, my favorite game of all time.
Damn, I'm getting right into it. All right.
It is. I mean, it got
its mention. So
it got its mention, and we're obviously gonna glaze over some games because we haven't played them. We have no input on them.
Yeah.
Sekiro, man, it's just. I love that game. It's almost like a cozy game for me at this point because I'm so familiar with it. Because it's got the FromSoft formula where it's like it makes you learn the game itself. Where it's like the game's not gonna bend to your will. You have to master the game, and then once you do, it's kind of like riding a bike. So then I can just go in and like fucking rush through and then get to the end. And then when I think about the game, I don't think about some of the really shitty levels that are in that game. And that kind of goes to my great argument, where some games masterpiece games are just a hard thing, because like there's always like one little thing.
Yep.
I feel like there's never like a game that has no flaws. But I feel like that's a whole topic for another episode. But I think the peaks of that game in terms of specifically, I think it has like some of the best boss design like of all time. Like the peaks of that game have amazing bosses.
It's really fun.
But there are some shit bosses. I can't lie. It's not a perfect game, but it's my favorite.
Well, how many times have you beaten it?
Twice. If you consider the Shura.
Shadows die twice.
Dude, see, and it's Sekiro. you could say I beat it 3 times, but I never beat Ishin the first time. Like, I really got all the way, and like, for some reason, I'm just like, I'm gonna start this shit over.
Damn.
And I started it over, and see, the thing with me and FromSoft games, I start them. I think I started each Souls game, besides 2, like, at least 10 times.
Wow. And
then I get to a certain point, I stop playing them. So I never really finished them, but I finished it 3 times. I did the standard, how you normally go if you don't do it. And then I didn't beat him, so I wouldn't say that's a full complete run, but that's as complete as you can get without beating it. And then I did the true ending with the Dragon Ascension, or whatever the name of that is. And then when I got it on PC, I did the Shura ending, because I didn't do that when I first got it. It's a shorter ending anyways, so I got to do that. And so those 2 bosses are really fun too. And I would say it was harder than Sword Saint Ishin,
Wow. Crazy. I've beaten the game once. You actually lent it to me. And I knew I was like probably not gonna play it once, so I did like a completionist thing where I did everything, fought the Demon of Hatred, which the lore implication of that is so good, but it's kind of an ass fight, I won't lie.
That's a Bloodborne boss in the game.
Yeah.
It's not need to have Bloodborne bosses.
Which is funny, you got to Ishin at the very end, because that's what I did with Bloodborne. I got to... Garmin. I was like, it's not Gascoigne. I got to Garmin, and then I would fucking try so hard, get so close to killing him, and then I'd run out of blood vials, and then I'd have to farm blood vials for like 20 minutes to get back to 20, and then I'd try again. I was like, I'm not even doing well. Do I want to spend it? So Bloodborne is like so good. Not on my list. I don't know about yours.
I lump all the Souls games, because like, I kind of cheat a little bit, where like if I pick one game from like a series, usually the whole series will get lumped in there.
Yeah.
So that's why Dark Souls 3 is up there. I love that game. Bloodborne's really good. Mm-hmm. I'm a Dark Souls 1 hater. I won't lie. I don't think it's as good as people say it is, but we can talk about that in the Souls-like episode. Please subscribe.
Stay tuned.
But Bloodborne is also up there. I think it's an amazing game.
Yeah.
But there's just like they have such fatal flaws, like all these FromSoft games, but they're still so good.
Yep.
But that Bloodborne one sucks though. And it kind of plays into Sekiro with one of my big complaints is those spirit emblems, because they kind of prevent you from using the prosthetic tools, which is like one of the main things of that game. It's the only way you can kind of express yourself, like in the game, besides because your sword is the same set, and that's kind of like the fun of it, is you're stuck with that one sword, and then you have all your other tools that like in big air quotes are supposed to be used for specific situations, but you only use like 2 of them. Like you use the axe when you first get it to be the shield guys,
right?
And then you use like
Shuriken is good for like a gap closer on like the wolves or whatever. There's like dogs.
I mean, that's just all I would use with the shurikens, because you want to use the chasing like slash.
Yeah.
It's just really good for closing distances on bosses, and it's better than like the nightjar slash, which I also use.
Yeah.
But
I know there's like a firecracker. Is that right?
The firecracker, is really good.
And there's like a dagger and a spear, but like I never used them really.
And they're all good, but I just think the game disincentivizes you from using them because they limit them, and that's why like the most popular mod on like ModDB is literally just unlimited spirit emblems.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think it would be the same case if Bloodborne was on PC. Sony, get your shit together. Infinite Blood Vials would easily be the download mod.
Oh.
It would make that game probably a million times.
I would actually finish it. I would go back and play it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. Like your reason for not finishing is so valid because like that shit sucks, and there's not very many good grind spots in Bloodborne. You could say the Chalice dungeons. There's some cheesy ones you can get some really high soul counts on. But once like the Chalice dungeons are just kind of okay. I like them. I don't think they added much to Bloodborne.
No.
But I know there's some people who are like diehard Chalice dungeon people.
Crazy.
And I made it pretty far into them. I think if there's progression, but I don't think I ever like beat them because there's one really fucking hard boss. They get really hard at the end.
They do. Yeah, kind of as you were saying with Sekiro, I think it's the best distillation of FromSoft's sort of message, which is like just get better. And because I've tried, I tried Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, and then Sekiro, and then Elden Ring, and I've gassed out on all of them except Sekiro because it was just me. I was the problem. Like I had to get better. Whereas like with all the other ones, is like my build was the problem. Like I wouldn't know, am I bad? Am I underleveled? Is it my build? And so like that would like get to me, and I don't like to do like, I know there's a whole niche argument like with other summons and stuff. I don't even think that's a thing in Sekiro. Like you just solo.
There's that one guy with like Izu the Drunkard.
Oh yeah.
Flashback where he's
he was cool actually.
Get murked, but because that's like a fringe case, but yeah, and like we'll probably tackle that in the Souls like episode again. Please subscribe.
Right.
Where like this whole summon culture, like there's a culture to these Souls games, and I think Sekiro is the most distant one because it is so different, but it's like the cool thing about it is like because before Dark Souls bosses had to be very clunky and had to have very short combo strings because you need to dodge them. Right?
Yeah.
And it's the only thing you do where you can parry, but parrying is very rare, and only like really sweaty people get really good at parrying in Dark Souls because it feels like garbage. But with this one, you can watch these really. It feels so cinematic. Like I think is the coolest thing about it. But you still feel like you're engaging. It's more of a rhythm game where you're just like blocking all these attacks and you learn these long combos. And I think that was one thing that they translated that boss philosophy to Elden Ring. And I didn't really like it because you have to sit there and you can only dodge and do some other things like watch this fucking 50-second cutscene. I mean, look at Millennia. Like I've seen that. Well, I never played it because like God, I didn't want to finish that game. But it's just like that's totally like a Sekiro boss where it's like you're supposed to deflect all these one hits. And stuff like that.
Yeah, just don't have the same defensive mechanics. So like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. So, but I just think like the setting is really cool, like Japan and like the themes of immortality, and it's like still freaky FromSofty stuff, but it's very like written in Japanese folklore. I think the sound design is really good. Like that clan you get from fucking deflecting stuff is so good. I think there's incredible bosses. Like in terms of like main bosses, there's not too many bad ones. There's some bad mini bosses, I would say. Yeah. And the Demon of Hatred does suck ass, and I did not beat that one because
I think it took me like 3 hours.
Sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I want to have fun with the bosses, and most of the times I can do that. And I did manage to beat all the headless, and that's a fun challenge in of itself. But good fucking lord, that boss sucks. Yeah. And especially the underwater one that we were talking about, where it's like you have to start like 50 meters away from it, and it's like, oh, this one has a special launching slash that like one hits you from 50 meters away.
Thanks, FromSoft.
Thank you, FromSoft. Why would you do this?
And you know, you're not alone in thinking Sekiro is good. It actually won an Action Game of the Year. Do you know what it beat? It beat Devil May Cry 5.
And that's on your list.
That is on my list.
What number would you rank? Because I put Sekiro as number 1.
Devil May Cry 5 is my second favorite game of all time.
Holy shit.
I think it's very cheesy but like confident in itself. So it just like it exudes like this charisma, and if like it takes a while to like buy into it, but once you do, you're just like, oh, I love these guys. Like they have so much character going.
It is so infectious because I have played, I think maybe the first 2 hours 3 times.
Right.
I that game just it can't grip me, but I need to finish it because it's one of your favorites, and it's just like, and I love everything about it, like the memes are hilarious, and all the cutscenes are great, and the characters are so goofy. And it's just something that draws me to it, but it's just one of those games I can't finish.
I have stuff like that too. I think like BioShock is like something for me where like I want to finish it so bad, but I just can't do it. But Devil May Cry 5, I think it's the best action combat in a video game. I've beaten it 6 times, I think. Yeah, 4 times like with the main cast, and then Virgil came out, so I did twice with Virgil. And on the hardest difficulty, I did get that trophy. No, I haven't done the game. I haven't done it on like Dante Must Die, because then that just wouldn't be fun. But it's like I have a whole kind of formula for my action games, whereas like I don't like light attack, heavy attack, and then like different combinations of that do a different combo.
Or it's like light, heavy.
Yeah.
Then light, heavy.
Because then it's like
light, heavy.
Exactly.
Light.
How am I supposed to remember like what variation to do in this edge case? And I think of like Bayonetta, like does that to a degree. Hi-Fi Rush, which I actually really did like, does that as well. But it has like so much other good stuff going for it that I'm able to look past it. But Devil May Cry and like Sifu is another good example where like they give you sort of building blocks and you have to string together your own stuff. Where like each move has its own edge case and like use, and you have to do it. And it's one of the only games I've ever played where like it gets better the more you put into it. Like the second run is probably my favorite because then I had enough money to unlock all the moves, but it was like still fresh and I was still like experimenting and finding things out. What's really cool about Devil May Cry 5 is there's 4 playable characters, so you get tired of one, like you just get to the other one, and there's just a lot of like self-expression, and then I'm still learning new stuff, like even if I try it again, and it's just sort of like sandbox. And as cheesy as it is, like the things of family and the hype moments and aura is just like so good.
Devil May Cry is like the definition of like moments and aura, but it's like it's that perfect anime-ness where it's like it's so corny that like horseshoe effects around it being just the most sickest shit you've ever seen in your life.
Yep.
And it's just like in the memes, bro. The
the meme culture. It's so crazy.
Like Virgil with his plastic chair, or just like the turnaround.
Buried Delight.
I mean, bang your song.
Right.
That song.
It's probably one of my most listened to songs.
Dude, it's hype as hell, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, what's another? I can only think of one of the songs that's hype as that. And it's fucking "Find Your Flame" from the song.
Shit, that is really good.
And that song was probably definitely inspired by some Devil May Cry music.
But that's Devil May Cry 5. What else you got?
Devil May Cry 5. You mentioned BioShock earlier. That is on my list.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that is on my list. That's actually number 3.
Wow.
I reevaluated because when we were doing like our prelims, we were bouncing off each other. I was looking through my library, and I saw BioShock, and I'm like, you know what? That's not it. That goes beyond like nostalgia, because there's some nostalgia picks on here where I'm like, that game's not that great, but I love it. I think this one's generally like one of the best games ever made. It is clunky. There's some clunkiness to it, especially the first one where your plasmids and your weapon, you have to switch between the two before using them. Yeah. But then the second one, they made it so you can just right click. I don't know why they didn't do it in the first place, but neither here nor there. But I just think the atmosphere, it's like one of the best settings of all time. I think
absolutely
it's so iconic. Probably, it's definitely like a top 5 game setting ever. It's such a unique idea. The politics are super cool. And just that super dark, oppressive tone. You don't really see games achieve that in such a interesting way, where it's like you're kind of like seeing the aftermath of all this stuff, and it's a cool like steampunky kind of world, but it's set in like the 40s or something like that. I don't remember, I think. But I love that setting. I love all the game elements, and it's like the immersive sim of it all, but it's not super immersive simmy where it feels like you're playing the game wrong. Because like we'll probably talk about the immersive sim episode. We're probably not, because we don't play them. But I just don't like that feeling of not being able to play it. But that's, I think, the true skill expression game, where it's like it's just a total sandbox, but they're small enough to where you're in control. Like you're not like you have like so much choice, but you're not like limited by it. Where it's like when we get into the open world episode, please subscribe. We'll talk about that. But I think like I like that level design where it's one big map where like you're gonna be backtracking and you're gonna be learning the maps and stuff like that as you go on through these objectives. And you have like there's so many powers that you can use. Like there's like telekinesis, there's fire, there's like the electricity, there's like the bee summons, and like so many things you can spec into and like really specialize your build. And it's very flexible to where you can respec so easily. Like as long as you have like one thing, you can just immediately like re-equip it. You don't have to worry about like having to drop something, which is something that Infinite did that I hated, where you have to upgrade your weapons like you do in the first game, but it did the COD thing where you can only have 2 weapons that you can pick up. Yeah. And you can't even, like, there's not even an armory or, like, a resupply or anything like that. It's literally you have to pick them up from enemies, and they'll be upgraded, but... So it
yeah, that's weird.
It promotes you to hoard your weapons, but it's also you can't use them because there's not ammo.
Yeah.
Like every weapon has its own ammo. It's not like there's light ammo and there's heavy ammo. Mm-hmm. It's literally like the repeater gun has repeater ammo. The pistol ammo has pistol ammo.
That's really weird.
It is one of the worst gaming decisions ever, and it's like that one's baffling because it's like because the first one they gave a big weapon wheel. You keep every single weapon that you get, and I just think Call of Duty ruined games in that period of time.
Word.
Every first-person shooter wanted to be Call of Duty, and they couldn't be interesting anymore. And that Bioshock development hell cycle is so interesting to me because I really want to know like the behind the scenes of what that game was originally going to be because I think the setting's pretty cool, and if it was the original like vision, it might have been cooler.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bioshock, it's just the setting and like it is a nostalgia thing because that was like one of the first like rated M games that I played. And I was always drawn to it because the cover art was so scary. Yeah. And it's like it's sort of like little micro decisions you can do where it's like, oh, do you want to save the little sisters and not get as much Adam and then get like a big gift later on and get the good ending, or do you want to like harvest them and get like a bunch of resources and then get the bad ending, kind of thing? Or like, do you want to fight the big daddies? And like you have to amp up and you have to prep the area. Like so, it's like you know where the big daddies are, and then you like clear out the area of splicers, and then you're like, I'm gonna set up all my traps. Get all my shit ready, and then like, it's like a prep thing. Like you get ready to fight the big daddies.
Yeah, it's kind of a moment.
It's a big moment, and so it's so satisfying when you kill them every single time.
Yeah, they're definitely cool. I think I could be wrong, but is there like no consequence for dying though?
That you lose money.
You lose like money, but then like I remember I prepped for my big daddy. I got him 3/4 of the way done. I was like, fuck. Oh, now I know what to do next time. And then I respawned, lost like $10, and then he still like kept his health bar.
Yeah,
that was like not very satisfying. I don't know.
No, I would agree with you. I think it is cool that the world doesn't change and like you're not like you don't have to reload and resave. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think the money is a big enough penalty because you can just money is not really that hard to come by.
Right.
In that game, so it is hard, and I wonder what a better way to penalize that death without having to restart. Because I get the philosophy of not wanting to reload an entire save.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, you don't really feel. You're not punished for taking risks too hard. So, I don't know. It is an interesting question. Maybe limit the number of deaths you can get before you do have to reload or something like that. Or you can get the revival stations only like have on a cooldown, so you get further and further away.
You know what they should do? You'd like have to drop all your money, then you have to go get your corpse before you die again. And then... No, it's the Souls-like, bro.
Oh shit, you're right.
No, I just think every game has that. Hollow Knight doesn't need to have that shit. Anyways, that's a non-sequitur.
That'll be for the Souls-like episode.
Right.
Or the roguelike episode.
Right.
Or we choose. So...
Is that Bioshock?
That's the Bioshock, I think. Just ultimate vibes. And like
ultimate vibes.
Player freedom and stuff like that.
Yeah. Ultimate vibes. That's kind of what I feel like with Resident Evil 4.
Interesting. Well, where is that place? How high?
Let's see. That's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I have RE2 Remake as my number 2.
Wow.
But that also means the whole Resident Evil series because I'm cheating.
Right. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, I think it's...
And is this the remake of 4 or is this OG 4?
They're pretty interchangeable for me. I think they're like the same level of quality. I like them for different reasons. I think Resident Evil 4 Remake, you can like hop in now if you're not a fan, and like it would be just seamless. It's like a modern game, very cool, and you'll really enjoy it.
And Leon's hot.
Leon is hot. I think he's one of the hottest men in gaming. That's for the it's the hot man.
So that was the bonus Patreon.
Yeah, yeah. Episode. Where we're shirtless and have our video in a hot tub.
That's the hot tub.
But anyways, Resident Evil 4, the remake is really good. You can hop in. Whereas I feel like the original has like a lot of charm in the fact that like it is kind of vulnerable because you do still kind of have tank controls in a way where you're like running in a degree, but then like to aim you have to stop and shoot, and like that has a lot more like tension because like are you trying to shoot or are you going to run away? You can't like do both.
You have to make the decision.
Right,
and I think that those controls have actually aged better than you would think.
Yes.
Because I played 5 when it came out. I played it again recently. 4 is like the only RE game that I have completely not played. Like 1 and 4, including remakes, because I'm not gonna go back and play those old ones.
Yeah.
Those no. Fixed camera games, you can miss me with that shit. That looks so boring. but it's probably actually pretty good. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so it feels pretty good because, like you said, it does make you make a decision of, do I want to engage, do I want to run, and then having to sit still adds like a tension to it, and you definitely need to play that game on a controller. Like, it would make it way too easy.
That'd be crazy.
So you have a little bit of waver to your aim too. It's like you're really like struggling to aim. So like it adds to these tense moments. I think that's what Resident Evil like excels at, is it knows how to make tension. And we're not talking about like 5 or 6. Those games are not scary at all, especially 6. But 6 is fucking awesome. That's like one of the best co-op experiences like ever. It's so bad, but it's still a really good game underneath it. Like,
sure.
The shooting feels good. And there's so many hidden mechanics. Like, it wasn't until like my second playthrough I realized if you just like quick tap one of the triggers, you have like a quick draw that uses like your stamina resource that you use for melee, but it's just like an instant auto hit. Like, you instantly hit them.
That's pretty sick.
And like, you're just like snapping on people, and that's really fun. But yeah, Resident Evil, man, it's like, it is top 3 game series of all time. I think like it's so consistent. It's specs for 5 and 6, and I haven't played any. Like, I haven't played 0 or like the DS games. So I'm a pretty big fan. I've seen all the movies.
Wow.
As well, not all. I've seen like up to the 3rd live action one.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single one.
And then I've seen all of the animated ones they do, and those movies are fucking bad. They're bad. Not even like good bad. They're like, this is the worst piece of garbage I've ever seen in my life.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I've only played, I think, just Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 4. I've tried 1, and then I got like halfway through it, and then I just didn't bother with it anymore.
Not 7.
Oh, I did get pretty far in 7, but I had it in my PSVR, and it was too scary. I got to...
Game 16, especially that first section when you're first going through the hallways.
Yeah, I was able to brave that, but then it was like the mom when she turns into like a spider woman and like vomits bees at you. Yeah, that was too scary for me, and then it's a lot to set up my headset.
Not a horror game, man. I don't think I can handle it.
Yeah, it was only because I already put money into it, so then I had to, but it was enjoyable experience, so it was really good. But anyways, Resident Evil 4, it was supposed to actually be Devil May Cry was the first iteration of Resident Evil 4.
Right.
So it's kind of intertwined, our babies. But I think it's like, it's just so fun. Like, suplexing and kicking like all of the zombies, and like the camp is fine. Like, Leon just being like, where does everyone go? Bingo. Like, he just like has these like one-liners where it's like, so bad is good once again. Where it's just like, you have the time of your life. The pacing is so good. Pacing is like my favorite thing in any media. I want things to be moving, and everything fucking moves. The only thing I'll say about that game is he loses his goddamn Oriful jacket way too soon.
And it's all over the cover. And it's like, dude, his Sherpa line jacket goes away.
In like chapter 1.
It's so lame.
Yeah.
It's like not even. Yeah, it's like not even like a third of the game.
Yeah.
So like the inciting incident is he loses his jacket.
Right.
That's a bigger conflict than.
Than Ashley. Yeah.
But yeah, and it's like, I'll bounce off you and talk about 2.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
That police station is one of the best design levels I think in any game.
Literally.
It is amazing how well that could be the game itself, because I think after that it turns into some little stinkers where it's like it's good, but like the sewer section's whatever, and the lab section's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that police station because it's like it's so well paced in how it reveals itself, where it's like you're running through the same areas over and over again, so you're learning the map, and Mr. X is like an obstacle chasing you through, so you need to know them unless you want to be pausing the game all the time, which you can do that, but you kind of just like you're so panicked because he's pushing you into the corner, and it's like, I'm gonna run away from Mr. X. Wait, no, I'm getting pushed into the fucking hallway that's got 2 lickers.
Yeah.
And like you're just running. That's where the real horror comes from. It's just like the game puts you in these situations so well, where it will like push you to these obstacles, and like, because like basically the zombies are not zombies in the typical sense, like a Left 4 Dead zombie where you're mowing them down. Like, they're more like obstacles, where it's like you need to decide, are you gonna use your bullets to kill this guy, and he's gonna come back eventually. Like, you can't even kill him. So do you want to spend your resources now? And if you do, you're gonna probably want them later when like there's more zombies or something showing up. So I think it's just so well paced, and like that. I mean, the first reveal when he lifts up that fucking helicopter.
Oh, so good.
And it's like, and it's just like there's so many good moments of that, and then the way they give you the keys, and when you go to the basement is super tense. Like all that the whole game to me is the police station, because everything else is more of like an epilogue, and that's still like 6 hours worth of content after that. But I still and I think that's. if any game I wish I could play again for the first time, it'd be that one.
Really?
Because it was just so fun to be like, oh, dude, I'm finally learning the map. I know how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm outsmarting him by knowing the map and like paying attention to like level design and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can cut through the star's office. I can go through here. I'll be safe in here. Stuff like that.
It was really satisfying, and like the tension, or like even Mr. X is following you, so you like know how to do a lap, and then you're like navigating around zombies to do here, and like, okay, I gotta go to the clock tower now. Now he's like following me like here, and I lost him there. Like it's so cool. Like you're saying, I think it does lose a little of its luster once you get past the police station. Yeah. Some of the bosses aren't great. Like I'm thinking of like what's like the doctor's name when he like comes back like the third time, you had to hit him with the crane and like stun him. That fucking sucks every time.
That shit was so hard.
Yeah. But so good, so fun. It's one of the only games where like I have to hype myself up. Like I'd be in a safe room and I'd be like, "There's 2 liquors here, Mr. X is right here." I was like, "Just do it, man, do it!" And then you gotta go out, and then I'm like, "Nope, I can't do it." Go back in, and so like that sort of like tension that it brings. I mean, it's not like scary. It's not keeping me up at night, but like the tension of like I can't lose all my progress here is like really good.
It does that kind of scary really well, where it's not like a horror game where it's jump scares and shit. It's like you get scared of the situations you're in, and those situations are so unique to how you're playing the game, and it's not like a set up thing. Like there's like the moment we have to set off the bomb in like the upstairs area where it's like it's still tense, but it's that's a pre-made, like it's gonna make a lot of noise, you be careful. But here it's like he's gonna push you, like you're running and you're thinking to yourself, oh shit, I'm gonna hit these zombies right now, bro, or some shit like that. I think Resident Evil just has such a unique concept, and just the whole series I think is so good. There's very few duds in terms of like I think 5 is still a fun action game. Same with 6.
Yep. And
6 is hilarious if you can get the right people to play with you. And then 7 and 8 I think hold up really well. I think the transition to first person was really good too.
Yeah, they needed something to shake it up. It got like so action game heavy, they needed to go back to survival horror.
Yeah, and then 8 is pretty actiony again. Yeah. So 9 seems pretty
we'll see.
Downplayed. I haven't seen the gameplay trailer for it. I try to avoid those things. But being able to switch between third person and first person for that game is pretty cool.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
So you get kind of like different scares. So if you want a more immersive horror game, but if you're too scared, you can make it go on third person. I think that's a philosophy.
Interesting.
So you kind of mix both worlds. It'd be cool to see Leon die at the end because he's definitely gonna die in that one. He's like 60 years old.
Not Leon. Why does Chris get to live?
I know, right? The problem is like since I've watched the movies, they've been in these fucking incidents like over and over and over again, where it's like and then every single time it's like it's just like Raccoon City. Every single time I see a zombie, it's just like Raccoon City. I mean, there's one where Leon is like part of the Secret Service now. He's like defending the president in the White House. There's like zombies and shit flying around.
That's really funny.
It's a Netflix original too.
Oh. And
then they go to Alcatraz and it gets taken over. And they're like riding motorcycles.
What reason did they have to go to Alcatraz?
I don't fucking know. That's the thing. They don't make any sense.
Okay.
And then so like. I mean, and in one of the movies is a famous like gunfight where like Chris and some other guy like shooting each other.
I've seen that, yeah, going like a circle.
That one's actually pretty funny. Because then that guy like turns into like a giant, and I think it's in the trailer. Like he literally gets infected. He turns into like a huge like 50-foot giant. He's like,
just Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Okay, so that's the Resident Evil talk.
Yeah. Well, I think it's back to me then. If we went to Resident Evil 2, right?
Yeah. So we had her.
I want to talk about God of War, God of 4.
God of 4.
When he gets the axe, I actually played like an hour of the very original God of War 1, and then I like ran out of. Yeah, right. Yeah. And then I ran out of. I think I had like PS Now, like it was a streaming thing, and then I lost it. But then I played God of 4, and. It was kind of like my first real exposure to the character, and I love what they did. I think Kratos is so much better as like a likable person as a dad, and like, but everybody knows like his backstory. You know, like wife and daughter he killed in the fit of rage because of Ares, and then the ashes are on his skin. So like that's all you really need to know. You don't need to know.
Really cool, yeah.
And then it just has so many hype moments or so many like good moments that like still give me chills.
It's one of the closest games that translates to a movie. That feels like a movie with the whole one take. Because this is all my honorable mentions.
Oh, okay, understandable. Yeah.
I do love this game, and it was. I think the surprise of it was what really was cool about this game, where it was like, because we all know Kratos is the big angry guy that rips Zeus's head off and shit, but to see him get toned down and like struggle with being a father, I think it. I would say it kind of handles the adult and kid dynamic better than The Last of Us in certain moments.
I think so.
It's actually a parenthood thing. It's not like, I hate this girl. I just kinda like this girl. I love this girl. It's more like, my son used to be a man. And then like...
That's a good impression.
Thanks, bro. I do it all the time. But I just think it's such an awesome direction to take that character because he's basically a blank canvas. Like, the killing his family and turning white is like the only thing to his character. And then, so now it's like, let's try to put him into like this super deep emotional thing where he has to grapple with emotions and stuff. And like, probably the first time he's ever felt like real emotion beside anger because he was a child with him.
I mean, it's kind of corny, but like, it does, when you see him like in God of War 3 take out like Kronos, like a Titan, and then you see him struggle to like talk to Atreus and be like, boy, and like comfort him, you're like, oh, like he could do so much, but he can't do this and talk to his own son. And the whole journey is beautiful, like carrying the mom's ashes with you the whole time to try and go. Oh, so good. And there's like so many cool shots. Spoiler alert, when you get the Blade of Chaos again, and he says like, I am a monster, but I'm yours no longer. Oh, it's like chills. That's so good.
It's the whole lead up to it too. Yeah. It's literally like a fucking like 10-minute cutscene where you're just in a boat.
Dude,
and then
so
it's
good.
Amazing music with a fucking firestorm around you, and at the end like, you're fucking stuck in Kratos.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. And he's just like sitting there like fucking aura farming in front
Dude,
of
so good. And then you finally get the blades and you can take out those ice guys so much easier. I'm thinking like when you kill the dragon like falls, like his jaw, Kratos aura farms there. And like, it brought me back to like, sometimes, I don't know if it's an experience for you, like you'd be a kid, you'd be like 7, 8 years old, and you'd be like, I can't wait to play this game when I get home. Like you're just like, you're in school or whatever, and you're just thinking about like, I can't wait to just fucking play this game and get into it and play it all night. I'm gonna finish my homework. And I was just in high school. I was in like, I think I was in 10th grade, and I was just thinking like, I want to throw that axe so bad right now and just recall it. I was like, I wish I had that in real life. And I hadn't had that in like such a long time, but it was just like the joy of that game and like the direction is like so good.
It is one of the most polished games too. It's incredible how well everything feels, from the sound design to the music to the camera work that they do, to how Atreus doesn't feel like an awful escort mission. It's He has combat usage and stuff like that, and you can customize him. I'm not a fan of the gear side of it.
It's whatever.
I hate games that give you 15 pieces of the same piece of gear and put this one as +1. So
Yeah.
I can't stand that. But other than that, I think so many good characters. The dialogue, the performances is great. The writing is awesome. I mean, like, the two dwarf brothers, I can't remember.
Brock and Sindri, they're awesome. I think they're so funny. Yeah. And then you see them at the end, like, we're going to work together again. Like, so touching.
Yeah.
The God of War Ragnarok is good, but it's nowhere near.
I still haven't played it.
Yeah, it's nowhere near the level of the first one, in my opinion.
I think that surprise of this is a God of War game, and it's still an amazing game, but I think that surprise is like, it's a good game, but we're doing it again. Yeah. But this time it was like, holy shit, this is so different. Like,
that's what I'm saying. And
that kind of really tight, close third-person action of the gameplay. So we didn't talk about the gameplay.
Yeah.
Which is one of the few games where it's like the gameplay is on par with all the other stuff with the game, I think. Yeah. Because another honorable mention I have is The Last of Us, where no, The Last of Us is on my list, but I just don't think the gameplay and the quality of the gameplay and the quality of the writing and story don't align. The quality of the story of The Last of Us is so good. So good. But the God of War, man, it's like everything's firing on all cylinders. It's like it doesn't do anything outstandingly original, but it does everything to such a high degree of quality where it's like it's just like an amazing game. It's like nearly flawless, but I mean obviously there's like some things, but yeah. I mean, I could gush about it all. The gameplay is so good. I think it's more satisfying than the originals. I think it handles like its pacing really good. Like you have side stuff that you can do, and I played it. I like 100%ed it basically, except for Odin's Ravens because I don't like collectibles. Tune in for the collectibles episode. You're right. Just to be 2 minutes long. I hate this. I don't like it either. Don't play it. Fuck Banjo-Kazooie. But I did all of that, and then I played the game again. I was like, okay, I'll probably just play the story. And then I did all the side stuff again because it's just that good. Yeah. And like that's how I know is like that's my open world, or that's like the side stuff that I like, that I know it's good, where it feels kind of like the main mission. Like I don't like to see like a dip in quality. I don't like fetch quests. Yeah. You know, like why even bother with that? And with a game like that, it's like everything is so quality that you just want to consume all of it. Common theme here. I did pretty much everything except beat Sigrun. That boss was beat her twice. I was not rocking with that fight. So I'm like, no, yeah. I don't need to say I did it to finish the game, because I'm not a completionist in that way, where it's like once I feel satisfied with the game, I'm done with it. Yeah. And then we'll talk about that in the completionist episode.
When we bring in Gerard the completionist.
Dude, Gerard, did you ever actually watch it?
I would, like, begrudgingly. I didn't really like it, but it was like there wasn't enough video game content on YouTube for a bit.
He had like a funny outfit. Didn't he dress a certain way?
I don't think so.
He was just a big guy with a beard, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the guy who had the top hat? Was that the Jimquisition or something like that?
Hey, I've never heard of this man.
James Sterling.
You're just making him up.
He would wear like a tuxedo with a top hat.
I watched Peanut Butter Gamer a lot.
Dude,
Pro Jared before. Yeah.
But apparently he's redeemed a sort of. I
Has
guess
he?
I don't know. I don't know. So people say that. I stopped caring. I'm like, I never even liked this guy. And it's just like the image of his erect penis still lives on though.
Right.
It's still hilarious.
Right.
Choking the turkey neck. Happy Thanksgiving.
Tune in next week for the Pro Jared episode.
The Pro Jared curse of this episode.
Barry, what's your next game?
My next game. So we did God of War 4. That great game. I think I'll bounce off The Last of Us because it's similar.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll just double up because I don't have much to say about The Last of Us that has been said already by a lot of people. And this is The Last of Us 1 and 2 because I'm cheating.
Every time.
Yeah, I know, typical. But I love the first one, as most people do, for the obvious reason the story is just really good, and it's got some pretty good, simple gameplay. Some of it's alright, some of it's not. But I think it's just like, you kind of had to be there, because it was the first game where it's like, holy shit, this game's taking the story seriously. And they really did a good job of taking it seriously. Because before that, like, especially in 2013, the gaming landscape was so strange. Because it was like very Call of Duty, don't worry about the story mode.
Yeah.
We need a multiplayer mode in our games to compete if we want to make money. And that's why The Last of Us has a multiplayer game mode, which apparently is really good.
Yeah, I didn't get to play it.
I've never been able to play it either, but I've heard it's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a really good story, really great characters. Same with the second one. I love the second one. It's got a huge barrier to entry, and I don't really blame people who don't like it for that reason of not being able to kind of get won over by Abby in a way, but I kind of spitefully love that game because of the response to it. It made me so angry of like how all the anti-intellectual, like anti-woke stuff, like buff women can't exist, shit like that. That made me so angry. And so I spitefully liked that game, and I spitefully despised Ghost of Tsushima, even though it's not that bad of a game. But everybody was like, Ghost of Tsushima is so much better. It should be the game of the year. I'm like, bro, this is fucking 2015 open world type shit. Like, Far Cry 5 doesn't even do this anymore, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, but like, I still think the story and characters are really good. I think it could have been a bit shorter. The pacing is kind of weak in that game. I think originally the idea was to switch days, so you play day one as day one. As
I like
Abby.
the sound of that.
That could work a lot better, I think, because you kind of forget what you did as day one. The parallels, I think, aren't as easy to see until you get kind of like later to the game.
Also, I feel like that made people hate Abby more because you spent like the whole thing as Ellie, and then you go here, and then you go back. Whereas I feel like if it was like crisscrossed, then it would be cool.
I think that would have been a better decision. But I think what it has to say about like morality and like your choices in like games and just in general, I think it nailed a really dark tone too well. It's way darker than the first one. The first one has like a glint of like hope and.
Sure, the ending is like the dark thing.
Yeah,
of the first one.
But it's like the hyper violence of it all. Like even the first one wasn't that violent. But like, you're like brutally killing like real people. Like the zombies are kind of secondary in this one. It's like people
that's
are
true.
real things, and it's like you're.
Well, they made like systems, right, to be like they call out for their friends by name and like do all that, and
they really did a good job making you feel bad for what you're doing, and it's like I think it's kind of I feel like that was kind of a response to what Naughty Dog was saying with like the ludonarrative dissonance of Nathan Drake, where like you have a body count of like at least 1,000 people, and he's like the most happy guy ever. So it's like, well, we're gonna see what it actually means to kill somebody like in a video. You're actually killing these people, and you're not like shooting them down and like you're shooting the bad guys. You're just like you're killing real people. And like brutally killing them, and it's like where like you can like shoot like their legs and they beg for their lives and stuff like that. I think it's so impactful, and I think it does a good job of making you feel icky for playing a video game. But it's also a really fun game. I really like the gameplay in that game. I think the stealth is pretty good. It feels grounded, and I have a lot to say about realism when we talk about the realism in video games episode. But I think it's just the perfect amount of grounded but still arcadey, where it's like, oh, you gotta. It makes you play guerrilla. Like you're not gonna be 100% silent all the time unless you're like goated. So like you can dash around and shoot, and then people they don't know where you are and stuff like that. So I think that's good.
I do think many games.
I left that one to you too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Many games have the sort of like stealth system where it's like, okay, I'll pick one guy off, and then it's like an ambush, and now we're in combat mode. Or it's a stealth game, so you get discovered, so you like reload. Whereas like I like Last of Us because like the systems are good by themselves, so you don't really care when you get discovered. You're like, oh, it'd be nice if I could stealth kill all these guys, but I'm not gonna reload because like the rest of the combat's really good. So like the transition between that is really good. I would say like where you still want to keep playing.
And you can do that. And you can. It feels fine to go run away and hide, lose them, and then shoot them again. Yeah. I think it nails guerrilla combat the best of any game because that's what I want to do in games all the time. Is I want to do like a guerrilla style thing where I get caught but then I run away and I do like that. I don't like the full like one button takedown. Yeah. The Ghost of Tsushima stealth system. That's why I fully just didn't do the stealth thing in that game. Because I don't love stealth systems unless it's like really tuned to it, which is why I like the Splinter Cell games. That's an honorable mention of mine actually. Is one of the Splinter Cells. Just because I think it's such a unique way of using like lighting, and it's like it really works with you when you don't get caught. Yep. So I think that's a good stealth system. But yeah, that's The Last of Us 2. I think it's just like there's just one of those quality games that really sticks with you because it's got some really good moments. Like I think it's one of the moments games. That and God of War 4. There's so many memorable moments that you just think of like some of the best moments in gaming. Like one of my favorite moments from God of War 4 is when he gets pulled out of the vision.
Yes, dude, that's such a good thing.
We're gone for 50 years.
I actually felt so bad for Atreus. I was saving up like upgrades for Kratos, but I bought all of Atreus' upgrades because I felt bad for him. Dude. But I mean, Last of Us is an honorable mention for me. The first one, I think the second one's really good. I like it for different reasons. But the first one, like you said, it kind of just put stories in video games on the map. I know like other games had great stories, but it wasn't like in your face AAA.
A good story was reserved for like RPGs at the time. Or like immersive sims, like your Deus Exes and your Dishonored isn't a good story either. Yeah. But like narrative game, it bridged the gap because there used to be narrative games and there used to be game games, and this kind of bridged that gap where it's like you can have a game that's focused on story but still can like appeals to the main audience. And that game single-handedly won Sony the console war. Yep. Because PS3 sold they outsold Xboxes by the end of the life cycle because of that game. Everybody wanted to play that game. Yep. I wanted a PlayStation to play that game, and my dad was like, "Oh, fucking idiot." He didn't do that, but I wanted to play that game so bad when it came out because it's like this is the game that everybody's talking about. Yeah. So it's more of a touchstone, I think, and it was a cool moment because you did have to kind of be there. Yeah. And now the show stinks.
I haven't seen any bit of the show.
I've heard the first season is pretty good. It's just the game, and then the second season is really bad.
Damn. Well, talking about a full-on stealth system, that brings me to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
I have MGS5 as an honorable mention.
Oh, MGS5 is really good. It's all gameplay, but it kind of loses... I mean, there's Kojima-isms in there, but there's just, like, no story, so it's less. Yeah. But I feel a little bad because I've only actually beaten and played Snake Eater once, but it just had such a fundamental like impact on me where I just like was loving like every second of it. The controls were kind of shitty, but everything around it was so cool. The camo system, so good. All of the codec conversations, and the fact that it's like a start into the series because you never know really when to start because there's also like the fucking NES like Metal Gear games, and then there's Metal Gear Solid, and the timeline's all wacky. You know, you could just start with Snake Eater. It's got an epic intro with horns and everything. It's got the long ladder segments. It's got like really cool bosses that the one of them is so old that if you set your clock over, he like dies from old age. Like, come on, who thinks of that? And it's got a really like compelling story, hype moment with the boss at the end in that field. If you know, you know.
I don't know because I haven't played this.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Have you played the remake?
I haven't. It's on my list to play next.
Do you know if it's faithful? I mean, I know. I've heard it's faithful. It's literally just the game.
Yeah, people say it's like really good. Yeah, it's a really good remake.
Is it? That's in Fox Engine, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I really want to play it. But yeah, I think it's like holds up so well. Also very cinematic, I would say. It has like a first person button and you can like be in a cutscene and you can view it as like how it has, but then at any time you can like press the first person and see what Snake is seeing.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, I just like how the game reacts to like he's thought of everything you might do. Like I know the revolver ocelot scene, depending on what gun you choose and where you shoot it, and like when and all this stuff. Like there's like 15 different cutscenes that can happen from like this one.
It's crazy.
It's just like, it's really cool, and it definitely is his magnum opus. I think Kojima, and he'd probably say it would be Death Stranding, and that's on my honorable mentions too.
The first one, or I guess you always do
both. Yeah, come on.
You both.
I haven't beat the second one.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I do have 100 hours in it though, so I can say I've experienced it. But I think Kojima games in general, it's just like he doesn't. And you tune in for the Kojima episode.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, I that's one of those games I have a lot of respect for, and it might. That's probably I'll put that on my list of probably be on here if I played it.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing too much to say. Really cool. I really want to play the remake, and I think it really there's a lot of like barrier to entry with Metal Gear, but you can just start there and have a grand old time.
So now
What else you got?
We can just rapid fire a couple
All right.
that I don't think we're gonna talk too much on. I have like a couple pure nostalgia picks on here. Like,
Go on.
I have a few, and these are not in any order. After that, but I have Mirror's Edge, Dishonored, and Alan Wake are all games I played as a kid. I think they're very formative.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably what influenced my really dark and edgy tone that I go for now with like, because like most of my games are like third-person survival horror games. I didn't realize, and now I'm currently playing Chronos New Dawn, which is just a love letter to those games. But Mirror's Edge, I mean, there's not much to say about. I just absolutely love the vibe of that game. I think, and Catalyst has great gameplay. It has way better gameplay than the first one. The first one, I think the first one is a parkour game, and you said it yourself, where it's like the level design doesn't help the gameplay of that game, where it's like, it's constantly slowing you down when you want to enter that flow state. But I think the second one does that so much better because it makes it way more ridiculous. Because you can like double wall run now.
Ooh, yeah.
And then, because like that first one was definitely trying to be like a grounded parkour game, and they had to add in shooting. But from what I can see, that game was like super rushed, so I definitely don't think that game's even finished. Really, I think they just released what they had.
Yeah.
But I think that unfinished aspect is what makes it so cool, because I love the setting of like that really clean and sterile city, but it's not right.
Yeah.
It's almost like backroomsy, like liminal almost, and the use of color where most of the buildings are like this starch white, but then you get like these really bright blues or greens and stuff, and each level kind of has its own color and vibe, and the music is really light and fun. That's just a total nostalgia pick for me. I was obsessed with parkour for like a year after I played that game. Like I was climbing like my fences and stuff.
Every boy has that phase. For me, it was Assassin's Creed that got me to parkour, but yeah.
Oh yeah, parkour was just crazy big at that time. Dishonored, that's just another game I played. I think that is genuinely a really good game though, unlike Mirror's Edge, where I think Mirror's Edge is a total nostalgia pick for me. But Dishonored, it's like probably the only immersive sim I've been able to finish because it's got a good enough motivation and all the powers are really fun. And that was back when I could replay games. And I think replaying games, we'll talk about that in the replayability episode.
I think Dishonored, it's an honorable mention for me. It is basically like a stealth game, immersive sim, where it is like one where I was like, well, if I get detected, I'm probably just going to restart. No guerrilla tactics because you get penalized and whatever. But the vibe and the world is so cool, so different. Yeah, like, who thinks of that? And the powers are so cool. I wanted the Mark of the Outsider tattooed on my hand for so long.
So do I.
I can't do that because I realize now I have to be a functional adult. And I can't just do that. But, yeah, it's just amazing. And I think, like, everything seems way cooler when you're playing it at, like, 12 years old. So, it's just way cooler.
Yeah, because the second one, it didn't grip either of us. I mean, you finished it, though.
I finished it. It wasn't my favorite. I like the two levels that everyone likes, which is the Jindosh Clockwork Mansion, and then there's, like, the time piece where you can go between. And then I don't really remember any other level besides that. I even played, there's, like, a DLC. Actually, I played basically all of them, because in the first one, there's a DLC where you play as Dowd.
That one's really cool.
That one's good. Then there's another DLC for Dishonored 2. I think it's Death of the Outsider, where you play as Billy Lurk.
She's that lady, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I met her yet.
Well, she's in the first one, actually. She's Dowd's right-hand man, Billy Lurk. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. But I haven't played that one, and yeah, they're all fine. It's, like, good enough. Same thing with, like, Deathloop, where it's just, like, that studio has, like, good gameplay, but they really just had such a good atmosphere. And not, I don't know, like, story, but it was, like, serviceable. Because, like, everything was cool. It was confident in itself, and that's what I appreciate. And so, like, even if the story wasn't, like, that original, it was, like, it made sense. And I did want to avenge my wife and find my daughter. So.
And that's, like, I think it does the multiple options thing really well. Like, where you don't feel like you're playing the game wrong, which is, like, the issue I have with immersive sims. That's why I couldn't get into Prey. Because everyone says Prey is really good because you have that glue gun unless you break sequences and stuff like that, but then you might be missing something. But since this isn't an assassination game, you have an end goal to get to, and you feel like a spy, like an actual like assassin trying to get through and do this. Because like it's like, well, I'm gonna transform into a fish, and then I'm gonna swim through the vents, or I'm gonna turn into a rat, and then go through the vents, or I'm gonna possess a guy so I can go through the the like electricity gates,
yeah.
stuff like that, and then or like I can go and take down, and even the combat is really good in that game, where it's like if you want to do a full Anarchy Chaos run and you're respecting it, use the pistols, use all the combat, like the slow time, things like that. That's really satisfying, and I do like that the story reacts to you, where it's like and it's kind of shitty. It does make you feel bad for playing the game the more fun way if you think about it, but I think it makes sense like narratively wise, so I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
It does disadvantage you a little bit, like if you do the full Chaos run, because if you do like the no kill one, like it's all sunny at the last level and Samuel helps you, and then Samuel says he hates you basically, but it's raining, but that's it. But if you do the full Chaos run, he actually's like, I hate you and I can't help you. And he actually fires a gun and all the guards get over to you. Yeah. Oh. So it benefits you because you're like, well, that's what I wanted in the first place anyways. So I'm just gonna kill everybody. Damn. So I remember being shocked, but Samuel's so cool.
Samuel is really cool. Top 10 Samuel moments.
Top 10 Samuel moments when he does that. Yeah, and then Alan Wake is just another really good survival horror game that I'm nostalgic for. The first one's total nostalgia. It's not even a survival horror game, it's more of just an action game. Second one, and is actually a genuinely really fucking good survival horror game.
It's on my list.
Yeah, I would highly recommend. You'd love it because it's like if you like RE, like if you like the RE2 remake, add like psychedelic horror to it, and it's so cool because like Remedy has like mastered like the reality bending stuff like that they were messing with out control, but it's so much cooler for Alan Wake because it's just your main character's better.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. Alan Wake 1 is cool. I think it is clunky, but like the ideas are really cool, and I love like the manuscript like for his book, and like you get the foreshadowing of what's happening but you don't understand it, and then you kind of understand it. I think that's such a cool mechanic. That's really what was kind of like keeping me going playing it. But it's a good experience. I really need to play the second one.
I'm due for a replay because you have to replay it again for the true ending.
Really?
You play New Game Plus, you get the right ending, and it merges that live action footage really well with in-game stuff.
Yeah.
It's super cool. And they even made a whole short film for it, and it's like you get to watch it like in a theater setting. And one of the most like menacing segments, because like there's like a whole level where you have to basically like summon, I forget, Mr. Scratch. Yeah, Scratch.
Oh
you
yeah.
Summon him in this hotel, and then so you're like you go through the hotel, and then you have to go back to the bottom of it, and then you start the ritual, and it's like it's all fucking red, and the music is super menacing, and you're like walking through, and it's like it's more and more chaosy and stuff. It
sounds cool.
Super tense, not scary, but it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about you? I kind of fired off a couple.
Yeah, I'll fire off a couple. Sifu, I really like. I have beat it 3 times.
That's on my. It would be on here if I finished it.
And it's similar to Devil May Cry 5, where it's like it's the kind of like combat that I like, where you need to master, you need to learn all your moves, and there's like a pacifist run, genocide run. Both are satisfying, and it's so fluid, so cool. And like the structure I really like because it's kind of roguelike, because you like get older and then eventually you do that, so you're like, okay, let me redo this, and you kind of need to go through like all the levels multiple times, which is kind of like padding, but it's satisfying enough because you feel like you're bored. So you can play it one time and then just be like satisfied with it, but like also diving into it's really cool. And it also has a reference to one of your favorite movies, The Raid. There's like a whole mini game that you can do from it, obviously heavily inspired by it. And then there's a hallway fight scene, which is technically Old Boy, but I first discovered it through Daredevil, and that was like so cool for me to like live that, because Daredevil was my favorite superhero, and love that show. So Sifu, awesome combat. Dude, I'll have to do a 4th playthrough. They do have mods that, yeah. And then
I did the first level. I beat the first boss, and I mean the game is really good. It's just it hasn't gripped me, and my problem with those character action games is you forget kind of how to play it, and so then I feel like I have to start over again. I'm like, fuck it, man. I forgot the combos. Like, am I supposed to do a leg sweep here or something like that? So I keep forgetting that, but I did play better the second time, so you do retain some of it.
Yeah.
And I do like the hand-to-hand martial arts Souls-like thing.
Yeah.
It does it really well, and it makes you manage enemies in a very like grounded way, where it's like get them all in front of you and get them in a corner, don't corner yourself, stuff like that. I found that like super cool.
Yep. All the animations.
I've done like, it was cool to see the crossover one. I did karate as a kid, but I was like super into it, so I can see like all the philosophies being put in there. Yeah, like where it's like keep them in front of you, like they just keep moving and stuff like that. I thought it was really cool, and some of the moves you see, it's just really interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for that game. Not
another rapid fire one, because it's like kind of a lot of things that I said with God of War, I would actually extend to Batman Arkham City. I think it pioneered like the superhero genre. Like that's when superhero games like became good. It was technically Asylum, but I think they perfected it in Arkham City, where like Asylum still had some clunkiness. And City has like a perfect open world. I think it's one of the best open worlds. We'll get to it. Yeah, it's so small. Everything feels impactful. Everything feels cool, and it's all happening in one night. Storyline is good, and it gets like expanded. Like if you get the DLC, like you actually start with Catwoman, and then you like see all these people pop up. And like I didn't even really know Batman that well, and like that game not only taught me Batman, made me want to learn more about it. And now I know about it in a mainstream setting because that game is that good. And how does it like revolutionize like in a way revolutionize stealth and combat, like two separate things that like people like try to steal from and do all that. So cool. I think it still has one of like the best like death things where like the villain comes and talks to you, like there's a little clip. That's a lot of character. Really, and then City is like my favorite, but there's like something cool in like all of them. Even like Arkham Knight, I love like the Joker popping up and like doing that like anywhere and then like disappears when you see it. That handles
an open world pretty well too. Like when the Man-Bat surprises you, the little things they do like that. You play as the Crusader guy, whatever his name is.
Azrael.
Azrael's he's really cool. There's a lot. I just think the world was just too big.
It was a little too big. Batmobile is like meh.
And then you're just like, you're
give her a ticket.
Like, he shocks them as he touches them. They don't actually die. It's like, we're stretching it a little here. But I do think it reached that perfect balance. I didn't put it on my list. I don't love it. I loved it as a kid. It was definitely one of my favorites. I just haven't felt the need to go back to it.
Right, you prefer Mad Max.
I prefer the Mad... No, it's definitely not a better game. I like that one more, I think. I just like... It's just fucking car combat. Right. You get to like grappling hook and rip people's cars off.
It's definitely a you game.
It is a very me game. It's like, and then I do like the high-end combat more because it is a bit more ground. Because like, it's a bit silly when Batman, like you're on your like 30-hit combo, is fucking zooming around the room like the blue blur.
Right, blue blur.
And he's like, hit this guy over here, fly over here, kick this guy over here, fly over here, kick this over here. Like, but they're not dying. They just do that.
You punch them once.
My ground kick down.
Or when you do the cape sun and.
There's some silliness to it. And I like the more grounded stuff in Mad Max. Like you can get like you use like some resources to like ease up the fight, where it's like use a shotgun, get to break people. It's close enough. But yeah, no, they got a good thing going with those games. What is that? That's Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
What are they doing next? Do you know?
I think they're.
Did they kill the Suicide Squad?
They did. Justice League. Yeah. Oh, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is what it was called.
Apparently that game wasn't even that bad. It was just not good.
It's just we call it live service, so people just hated it.
We're gonna talk about that in the live service episode.
I don't even think I have anything to say. Just bad. Don't make the game.
Do not make live service games unless they're like COD. Like COD needs to be a live service game at this point. Stop charging $70 every year. That's actually an honorable mention of mine. Is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah.
That game. That's a really really good. It's one of the best multiplayer games that I've played, like first-person shooter games. It's like gunplay and the movement feels incredible. It's just got its COD problems. You got like racist fans and you got campers and you got all that stuff. So I can't put it in like my favorites. But it's what got me into first-person shooters, and I still think functionally, mechanically, it's awesome. But it's just held back by like the typical COD stuff. Really bad weapon balancing, campers, one-shot shotguns, sit in the corner, fire shotgun riot, show people that shit ruins the game. And that's just why I think multiplayer games are hard to rank, but I do have a couple more. I have Apex Legends on my list. That game fucking rules, and I'm sad that we got skilled out of it. we were playing at a bad time, and so the SPMM was not in our favor, and we were at a point where it's like we either have to
the what
the skill based match.
Oh, okay.
We either have to lock in really hard, which we're not gonna do, or we have to just accept we're gonna lose all the time, and we just moved on. We started playing Overwatch. But I just think I love everything about that game. The characters are so fun. They're all unique. The abilities are really fun. The movement feels amazing. The guns all feel great. Sound design. I love the sounds in that game. Like sound design is like a big thing for me. And there's so many iconic sounds. Maps or whatever. But I really enjoyed my time with that game. It's so good. And it's just like everything's kind of peak in that game.
Wow.
For a BR, it's the best BR for sure, and it's super technical. But I'll throw in another multiplayer game that we both have. It's Smash Ultimate. I don't know if it's on your list, but it has to be.
It should be, but I think I have a lot of love for single player games. I feel like I can't put it there. In terms of hours, I think it's my most played game ever.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It has it's because to me it's my favorite. It's not like the best games, but it's just like it's one that we can always play it. We've played it for thousands of hours. We have to have at least 1,000 hours in it collectively, and even more before. But like, it's just like something. It's like our group of friends. We all play it.
Yeah.
And we're never like.
Yeah, you convinced me. I'll put it on my list. I'll bring something else down to honorable mentions.
Yeah,
but
okay. Well, you don't have to.
No, it's true.
It should be. It's like I think it's more. That's a definitely personal pick.
Yeah.
It's like we like that one so much, and it's just like.
Just the only game we play weekly for 6 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And just recently getting back into it, but it's like that's also a personal one for me because I started out fucking bad at it.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the few times where I'm like, I need to lock in and like, because I would literally used to be able to count like the number of wins on like one hand and be like,
Right.
that was my 5th win, guys.
I remember, yeah.
6 months, and it's like I bought my own Switch to practice, and then I would just sit there and get my ass kicked for hours, and eventually I would just start rolling with the boys.
Right.
Now we're on equal footing.
Yeah, we're on equal footing. Everyone has their own play styles, and it's really funny because it's like, it'll be like the patch notes where it's like a weekly thing, and then you'd be like, oh shit. There'd be a time when we like all kind of do our own training and be like, wow, you can tell Reed's really been practicing as Roy. Or Grant's been watching like his Zero Suit Samus videos, and you could like see how everyone's kind of like taking their little missions to themselves, and they would be like, oh man, Zach's really hot tonight. You know, just like the sort of like mini game in that is so fun to me.
We don't take it seriously. We take it just seriously enough where it's like we don't actually genuinely get like mad, but like we can lock in and be like, all right, I'm trying to win here. Yeah,
it's like I don't care about winning, but I want to put on a good show. Yeah, like my performance totally matters. Yeah. I don't want to get stomped, but like, that could be funny too. Yeah. But it's like I still want to like, I want myself to feel good. I want everyone to respect me as an opponent.
Yeah, that's the perfect way of putting it. But I think we can segue into another topic of how you don't have any fighting games on your list.
No, I don't.
You are a fighting game guy.
I am a fighting game guy, and I can't really put one on my top 10 like favorite games list because I just need to have like a fighting game on me at like all times that I can kind of hop back into, and it's usually in like a year or two interval. So I actually started with Street Fighter 5 was like my first real, I mean technically Injustice, but I don't really consider like NetherRealm Studios like fighting games. Yeah. You got to have a hold back to block. You can't have a block button, respectfully. Yeah. But anyways, and then so yeah, I started with Street Fighter 5, played that for about 2 years, and then I would like move on to the other games, and then Street Fighter 6 was my big one for like 2 years, and then Guilty Gear Strive, and so like everything kind of has like those increments, and I'll love them like at the time, but then when I go to like a new game, I'm not really like reminiscing about the old one. If that makes sense.
And I think that's so unique about fighting games is they're so unchanging. There's such a hard format that you can't add too much or it stops becoming a fighting game.
Yeah.
So maybe you could slot in just like fighting games.
Yeah, like literally fighting game. Yeah, like that. The big one.
Getting into them recently, it's interesting to learn the differences, but also the similarities. Where it's like you can make like one slight change and then it's a completely different genre.
Yep.
Where it's like, oh, if you have an air dash, it's technically an anime fighter and stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, no fighting games, I guess, except Smash Ultimate, and that's more of a plat fighter, but...
Yeah, we don't want to anger the real fighting game fans. We're saying fighting game, we'll just say that's Smash. Smash is Smash.
Yeah. I have 3 more on my list. This one's fast because I don't think you know anything really about this game. It's a little DS game called The World Ends With You, and I do have a soft spot for, like, JRPGs, but this one is, like, so unique. It kind of did... I mean, Persona was around, but Persona wasn't mainstream yet. Persona 5 is, like, what got it mainstream.
I forgot to put that on my list.
That's kind of wild, bro.
So it is on there.
Yeah.
I don't really go into it because it's just a fun JRPG.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say about it.
But this one is like so unique because you play in like a modern setting, and all of the characters are kind of like flawed, and through this experience of like being dead, trying to fight for their second chance at life, they improve themselves, and it's really cool. You play as like Neku, a very closed off guy. Yeah, he plays Goku. Neku, this closed off guy, and then he like learns a lesson from each of his partners as he goes through it. The music is so good. It's modern day, so like everything's on style, and like you go to different districts in Japan, and then like your style is like stronger, like so you have better defense in here because you match the brand that's popular there, or like the pins here. And I actually played it the first time on my phone. They did like a remake, so it's just like on the one screen. But then I also got it on the DS, and then like the passing the puck between like your 2 characters that you have to do is really cool because it's like energy, and you have to combo like. And Neku is on the bottom of the screen, and you have to do like a stylus motion, so you have to like draw an X around him or like tap an enemy, and then up top you control your other characters. So let's say it's like Beat, and you're like using the arrow pad and like doing his little combos, so you're like controlling 2 people because they're working together. Cool. And so like it's just so creative and so like authentically itself that it was just really cool. And I played it when I was in middle school, and I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was socially inept, so he was just like me, for real. And so, like, it kind of taught me to be, like, more open, take risks, and do all that stuff. So that's why it's a very formative experience to me.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I had the same experience with Persona 5.
Yep.
I went through a breakup, and I got hooked on that game. And it's, like, it taught me to, like, you can just go out and hang out with someone for, like, an afternoon. You don't have to dedicate that much time to it. But just seeing as many people as you can and, like, rank up your social stats. So I think that helped me with it. But I also did get actually, like, straight up addicted to it. And, like, I straight up... I got like my grade in a class went from an A to a D because I waited too long to do my final paper, and then I sat down to do it, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna play Persona 5.
Understandable.
So for me, I'll launch off Hotline Miami. I don't think we have very many indie games on here, but I think not only is that game just super tight, I mean, it's all a gameplay game, cool vibes. I'm a big vibes person. I like my games to feel unique in a way. Really fun, tight gameplay, super simple, but can be taken some lengths. But I just think what it did for indie games was really important, and I like to reflect on that because now I don't think a lot of people give it credit. Where it was like that was the game where it's like indie games have to have a fucking banging soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because that soundtrack is so hard, and then it's just like everybody was playing it on YouTube, so everyone realized indie games can be good. Simple games are still fun. Yeah. Because I think throughout the 2000s and the 2010s, we kind of led to believe that the bigger the game, the better. And that's kind of why we saw the death of the AA game too, which will be its own episode. Please subscribe. But we brought it back to like that and Shovel Knight were like, these old games can be brought back and still be fun in a modern context. And so I just have an appreciation for that, and I just wanted to put it on there because it was also on my mind. Because a friend of mine at work is like, "Yo, I fucking love that game."
Wow. How many do you have left? I have 2.
I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3.
3. Go ahead.
So I'll rattle off Dead Space for the same reasons as my other survival horror games. I think it's just it's one of the best aged games. I think you can go back and play the first 2 pretty easily and get into them. I have not played the remake of the first one, although I heard that's really good. But just having to shoot the limbs is a fun
so cool.
concept, and like, because you're so used to zombies and headshots, and these things are like jittering around and stuff like that, so you want to like, it gets really scrappy at certain moments. Like the first one's very survival horror, and the second one's like, it's like Alien to Aliens, where it's like more actiony. I think it does that balance really well. But yeah, I don't have too much to say about it. I just think they're just really, really solid games.
Well, I also really like the HUD thing, like the that HUD, being like active, and I think
super unintrusive.
Yeah.
Horror games like that was
it just makes sense.
Problem with those games, like in general, is really bad HUD design for the 2010s.
You said we don't have many indies. I'm gonna give you one of my favorite studios, Supergiant Games, with Hades. I think actually won Game of the Year, I believe.
It did, yeah.
And I think it's quite deserving. I'm surprised it got that mainstream appeal. I think COVID probably helped it. But that's all I did.
They were kind of a dinky studio. Like Bastion was like their big thing.
Bastion was a big thing. They did Transistor. They did Pyre. And if I had to... I can't rank them. But I like all of them but Transistor, essentially. But Hades is so good. Like, to me, it like kind of perfected the roguelike genre and like made it impactful. Every death, you're like excited to talk to your people. All of the gods are so cool. Like I know a lot more about Greek mythology now just by playing Hades. So that's really cool. It has like, I love adaptive difficulty. That's something I forgot to say about Resident Evil 4 is like it has adaptive difficulty. Like if you're dying more, like it kind of makes things easier. And so like that's just I think the best way to do it. But we can get a difficulty episode.
It is actually on the dock.
Yeah. But with Hades, it's so cool because like you're fighting to escape hell and try and find like your mom, and like you keep on doing that, but there's like a reason why you have to like go back, and it like sends you back each time, and you get closer and closer. You're like getting all of this stuff, you're talking to people, you're making friendships, you're doing this. So it's like both the gameplay is so rewarding, but then going back and like the socializations are cool. It has great music, all the art, like it's just firing on all cylinders. And it like put a purpose to like roguelikes, which I don't think really had. It would just be like, oh, I want to get better. Like Binding of Isaac, like you can love that, you can be like, I want to build, I want to like unlock this, but like I would never be like raring to go, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like with Hades, like because it had that story, I loved it. And with this difficulty, it's like once you finish it, you like get modifiers to like all the enemies. So it could be like, oh, you have to like you have to reach like, let's say 10 heat in order to like get the next item or whatever. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna make the enemies like 10% faster. We're gonna respawn. They do more damage. Oh, and then my favorite one is like you get to add like new boss moves to the bosses, and then you have to like relearn all the bosses again. But then it's also a lore implication. They're like, well, you've been getting all these blessings from the gods. Now I get blessings, and then like you get it back and forth, and it's just really cool.
That is cool. That's one I definitely need to try, just because to say I have, because that game is so huge, and that's another big step for indie games I think too, where it's like they can be really, really good, and like they can go for game of the year type shit. And, you know,
Type shit.
Any thoughts on Hades 2 at all?
I have 110 hours in Hades 1. I have 60 hours in Hades 2, and I think it's kind of like better in almost every way, but it's also kind of like a safe sequel, and so like that's why. Yeah, exactly.
It's just safe.
And so like all like art that's like better. All like UI is really cool. They added a lot of cool gameplay things, and I think it like would probably improve the gameplay so much that if I went back to the first one, I wouldn't like it as much. I'd want it to be the second one. But just like the story and uniqueness and surprise, kind of like going to God of War, is like so good in the first one that I have to give it to the first one.
It's really hard to capture lightning in a bottle with game sequels, I think, because they're not like movies, or they're not like any other form of media where you can like totally shake it up. Because like if you made a good like games require so much more like investment into like making your systems and stuff like that. You can't shake it up really that hard and make it a different game, because you would it even be that game? And it's like the game of Theseus.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can have all the vibes, but like, and that's why I think Dead Space 2 it's like the Terminator 2 kind of thing, where it's like they just amped it up, they made it more, and they made it. It was safe, but they made it more. Where it's like, I think what you're kind of saying is the Hades 2 isn't more. It's just more, but it's not amped.
Yep.
Interesting. So what was my last one? Another pretty much pure vibes game is Killer 7.
Oh,
actually,
great
I have two more. I have Killer 7 and Far Cry 5. I'll probably talk more about Far Cry 5 in the open world episode.
Yeah.
We're kind of going over here, but Killer 7, man, it's just like the single most unique game I think I ever played.
Yeah.
It's so impactful, so many great moments. I mean, the sound design and all the characters and the vibe is so weird and wonky. And no game, even by that developer, has gotten to that level where it's like you just feel. It just makes you feel a certain way, and the gameplay is so simple. It's really just a rail shooter essentially, but it's really tense because those things are so freaky. It has its flaws. Like some of the boss fights are kind of meh, but I mean, most of these games on my list have meh boss fights. Like we'll talk about that in the boss fight episode probably. But no, man, Killer 7 is just pure vibes, and I was just like,
so good.
I heard about it in passing. I'm like, I'll check this shit out. I'm like, whoa, this game is way different.
Then you recommended it to me, and then I loved it. So
it's just like, I recommend anybody who wants like a weird, wonky game to just go into it. And it's not even like, I mean, that first level is so
good. You know, this game not like started our friendship, but it really like fostered it more actually, because we were like kind of close. We were like acquaintances. So I went over to his house one day. He's like, "Yo, check out this game," and I was like, "That game is really cool."
And it's sparked the whole emulation.
Yeah, then we both got into emulation. Well, you showed it to me. I got way into it, and then I would like play the game and I'd like talk about it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm using like Coyote a lot. I love him. He's my favorite." And
just all the voice lines in that game.
So good.
We still say them to this day.
Yep. You're fucked.
This is too easy. And it's like,
fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, just like everything is just iconic in that game. It's really good, and it's like pure vibes. But that's my list. Far Cry 5. I just think it's a really good open world experience. Like I said, I'll talk about it in that in that episode, because I have a lot to say about it. But I think we're going over here. Do you have any interesting honorable mentions?
I actually have my number one. I'll make it quick. Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
That's your favorite game of all time?
I think so? Question mark.
That's one of my games that'd be on here if I finished them.
Yeah.
Or played them.
I think it's really that good, and I think it's the resurgence of AA. I think it's like learning more about the process. It's like this is like literally lightning in a bottle. Like, how did all these things happen? The soundtrack, which is like the main creator of the game, was on like a random social board, and it was like, yo, I really like this game soundtrack song. There's like some random guy made. And he was like, oh, I love it. Like, do you want to work on a game? And he said, yeah. Makes one of the best soundtracks of all time. They just found each other randomly. All of like the funding, this guy like worked at Ubisoft. He was doing like mobile games, and he was like, I want to do my own vision. Got all these people, did these things. Everyone was unified. Art is amazing. They brought on all these people. The person who plays Lune was going to be a voice actor. She ended up being a writer because she was that good. And so like everything sort of just like worked out. It's got Charlie Cox again, Daredevil. He's the main character. Yeah, that's how it gets my favorite games. You gotta have Daredevil in it. Gameplay is so good. Music is so good. It actually has the best story in any video game, I would say. Had me like thinking about moral quandaries, and I can't say enough good things about it. The one bad thing is like they kind of shoehorn some bad platforming in there, and I think that's the only thing that like shows that it's not like a AAA thing. But it's just amazing, and I mean,
I've heard nothing but good things. Like everybody I've heard that's played has gushed about it. So it's, like, it's definitely that's up next on the list.
It just really is that thing, and they even reference Devil May Cry. Well, one character's whole thing is he gets like rankings, and he gets stronger with his rankings. And Victor Borba, the singer of Bury the Light, he's in one of the songs. He's singing in French. I never really like. I wasn't like a huge fan of the French. I was sort of indifferent on them. This makes me want to go to France and like see everything. Yeah.
From everything that I've seen.
So yeah, that's my number one.
Your number one. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so crazy. It was just such a good experience that I was just floored by. Yeah.
One topic, but speaking of good stories, another one that was games would probably be on here if I finished them is Disco Elysium.
Oh, okay.
I know I would love that game, and I loved it when I was playing it. It's just that I fell out of it.
Yeah.
But anyways, another one that I want to talk about is the Silent Hill franchise. It is very acclaimed, but we have not played. Neither of us have played them.
Nope.
And I do feel like I'm missing out a little bit. And I want to play the remake of 2.
Yeah.
Because those ones, I've seen the old ones, man, they look like they've aged pretty good.
That's the only one I'd be interested in. That's the only thing I really hear anything about is Silent Hill 2.
People love 3, and the supposed remake is in the works, but apparently F was pretty good.
Really?
Did you hear much about F?
The new one?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard like mixed things because it's like.
I heard mixed things too.
I think like the vibe was good, but I think that you could like do too much with your combat capabilities.
I heard the combat was way too easy,
so
but the
like,
story was really good. Kind of like a feminism in the Japanese in the 1960s.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know any of the story.
Silent Hill's always been really good about the stories. Like, I mean, Silent Hill 2, like I've known about that, and apparently 3 is a really good one too. Silent Hill fans talk about 3, but I just wanted to say probably Silent Hill would be on here if I played it because like I do like creepy horror games.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I think The Witcher 3 would be in there if I finished it. I got like 80 hours into it, which sounds like a lot until you think about The Witcher.
You've read all the books. You are a big fan of the franchise.
I'm a big fan of the franchise, yes. I haven't read all the books. I've read like 5 out of 8 or 9. And then I finished the first one, working on the second one currently, and then I'm going to get to the third one again.
Are you going to start from the beginning with the third one?
Yeah. I have to. It has to be like a full completionist. I love the world. I think it's one of my favorite worlds, like in fiction.
It is really cool.
The fact that there's like promises have power, there are curses, but magic has a price, and the monsters generally, I know it's like generic, but for that world it works. Like the monsters are generally like humans more so, and that's like really cool. And just the quandaries there. I think Geralt is like one of the best protagonists where like you can play him how you want, but he still has a character. Because this is a whole separate topic. I actually don't really like creating a character and not having a voice. I prefer the character to be pre-made. I don't need to stand in. I can sort of like do that, and I think it like adds so much to have a voice performance to have like a character arc. But yeah.
I think, and that leads into another thing that I knew we were we excluded any Bethesda games. I think Skyrim or Fallout New Vegas would be easy picks for a lot of other people.
Yeah.
We just don't rock with Bethesda games like that.
No, I haven't finished one.
Yeah, I mean, I finished the main story of Skyrim, and I played the shit out of Skyrim when it first came out when I was like 14. But
yeah, I did put 100 hours into it, but didn't finish it.
It's just they're not amazing, and it's just like we'll probably talk more about them in the open world section, but especially New Vegas. You can say whatever you want to me about the story, but goddamn, that game is ugly and it feels horrible to play. And so I will not be enjoying playing that game. Yep. And that's another game I played a lot when I was like 12, and it's just like. Maybe that's the best way to play is just turn your brain off and walk around the world. But everyone also says that like New Vegas is so deep, and it's just not for me. So I just thought that was interesting that we both excluded them.
Now that we have jobs, we can't really do that shit.
Exactly.
The game I booted for Smash Bros. On my list was actually Fire Emblem 7.
Oh,
yeah, I think it's one of my favorite strategy games. All the pixel art's really good, music, and so. Nothing too much to say there. It's just a really solid package. You can get it on your phone. You could just play it that way. And it's just a good story, really fun tactical thing. It does suffer from the thing like you probably don't want anyone to die, so you probably have to restart and do that. Maybe you could just do save states. I think that sort of like binary thing, pass fail, is kind of lame, but other than that, the game is really good. Indie game, I have Undertale. Really love Undertale. Can't
Finished it.
really. I can't quite put it in my top 10. I also have Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker. That is like a very childhood formative experience. I Am Link, and it was like one of the first games I ever really played. And then Kingdom Hearts 2 is very like formative as well. But I had to grow up.
Kingdom Hearts isn't really that good.
No, Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 are actually great games, but not in my top 10. I think the other ones are better solid packages.
Have you played them as an adult?
I haven't played gone back to 1 and 2 in a while. I did finish out the series 4 years ago. So I was like, no, I really hated Kingdom Hearts 3. That was dog shit. But Birth by Sleep, I played for the first time. That was really good.
That's right. They have the.
Yeah.
What is it? 9 3/4 plus 2 or something.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 358 days over 2. Get it right, bro. That's on the DS, and yeah, that one's good story, but ass gameplay. But anyways, mixed thoughts on Kingdom Hearts, but couldn't make the list.
I'll throw in one of my honorable mentions for my complete childhood pick is the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game.
Not Battle for Bikini Bottom.
No, I did not play that one actually.
Wow.
I didn't get it because my dad got the Xbox and he bought the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, and I would be saying the whole title the entire time.
Right.
It's ridiculous. But I played it as a kid and I couldn't beat it because that fucking King Neptune boss fight's actually really hard. And then I went back and beat it as in high school just to say I did it. It still holds up. It's pretty good. It's a super simple game. I'm not gonna say it's amazing or anything, but it's not bad, and I've played it multiple times since then. Death Stranding series is an honorable mention. I like them, don't love them. Half-Life 2, I gotta put that on there because it's one of the most important games ever. The Darkness 2, that's a left field pick right there. This game's just fun to play. The story, voice act is dog shit, but the gameplay is so damn fun because you get these abilities and you get your little 2 darkness tentacles and you can grab them and rip people open and shit, and that's how you heal is you grab them and rip their hearts out and stuff. Get all these fun executions. It's kind of Doom 2016 before Doom 2016. Another omission.
We both like it. I don't think
it's not amazing.
It's probably in my top 30 games.
It's really important.
Yeah.
Another banging soundtrack.
Yeah, it's made first-person shooter stray away from cover-based healing and auto heal.
Brought back the boomer shooter, which I do enjoy, but it's not on my list. Darkness 2 is kind of similar. Sleeping Dogs I put on here too. That's another childhood pick. I remember that game as a kid. Really fun. I played it again as an adult a few years ago. It was still held up. The combat's still really fun. It's got suffers from GTA syndrome where it's just I'm not gonna do all the extra stuff because I don't want to kind of thing. Put Battlefield Bad Company on here. That's another childhood pick. Left 4 Dead is a genuinely really good game. It's one of my favorites.
Never played it.
And then I put the Uncharted series on here. It says no. I think
Uncharted.
It's an honorable mention. There's really, really solid games.
Yeah.
Especially the 4. I think 4 is the best one.
4 definitely has the best gameplay. It might be the best overall package.
Yeah.
I think 2 and 3 have so many good moments. 1 is kind of ass, if you think about it.
1 is cheeks.
Yeah. But
it's honestly amazing that they even were able to make a 2 and 3 after that game.
But 2 just opens up so well on the train on the side of the cliff. Yeah, I played 1, 2, and 3 twice, and then I played 4 once.
I want to say I played both. I think I played each of them once.
Yeah. I actually also did... There's one on the PS Vita before my Vita broke that I played, and then I also played Lost Legacy where you play as the 2. Right? Yeah, wow, nice. I forgot the name. Yeah. And then I played Lost Legacy as well. So I think I've played all of the Uncharted's. Wow.
It's just one of those games. I don't think anybody would say their favorite game series is Uncharted, but I don't think anyone would.
Tom Holland did, and that's why he became Nathan Drake.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
Pretty fucking bad.
Uncharted,
dude. That movie is so bad, and that's what my profile picture's from.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they ripped off the plane scene from the third one, where so he's his ankle's tied for some cargo, and so he's passing, he's waking up, he's
That's really funny.
And it's just this one frame I got of him waking up.
Nice, dude.
But that's my list.
That's mine as well.
Yeah, no more honorable mentions. But yeah. So that was a fun little conversation. Now I think going through our favorites would be helpful in the future because it would add some context to our discussions, and you can see kind of how our land is well he only likes he's a survival shooter guy, so he wouldn't be like this. they don't focus strategy games. I'm not gonna listen to them on this.
That's not true. We like one strategy game.
I like one strategy game. So when the strategy game episode comes,
we'll talk about Fire Emblem.
Completely wrong. Fire Emblem, and I played like 20 hours of Warhammer 40k Gladius.
Right.
Game's not very good.
Was it Mechanicus?
Mechanicus is really good. That's just Fire Emblem, basically.
Right. XCOM. I played a lot of XCOM too.
I have not played a lot of XCOM. I do have it though.
Yep.
So maybe we'll have a bonus Patreon segment where we'll talk about the strategy.
Yeah, it'll be 10 minutes.
I played most of the Fire Emblems, at least. The only one I haven't played was the Japanese ones. I've actually played every single one.
Wow, really?
3 houses, yeah.
Damn.
At least I have some hours. I've played like Ascension was the one that came out on the 3DS the first one time, right? And then Birthright was the
Awakening,
and then Birthright, and then I didn't play 3 houses, but I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I want to play 3 houses.
I should play through maybe. No.
I don't have a Switch, so I'd have to come to your place.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I think that would just add some good context to our future opinions when we talk about certain episodes that we have hinted at in this episode. Some of those aren't actually jokes. We actually do have things planned.
Right.
The open world episode, I think, is the one I'm excited to get into.
That one would be fun.
Because we have some strong opinions about open world.
Yeah.
Go against the grain.
I agree.
And then I think the
difficulty one would be cool. It might be shorter. I think this will probably be maybe one of our longer ones, just as like the intro.
Definitely more yappy.
But hopefully you guys like this. We'll see.
We plan to take this semi-seriously, so thanks for listening, guys. This is Patch Notes,
the
gaming podcast.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have to end it on mine too.